Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Eva. How are you doing?
I'm good. Happy to see you. Happy
Happy to see you too.
about our work.
Yeah. So let's talk about how you came about to create this beautiful workshop, Creating from the Body.
Yeah, so I was thinking about this, and in some ways, I think this workshop's been brewing for a really long time. So when I was younger, I felt really quite disconnected from my sexuality, and in fact, from my whole life force. I wasn't feeling alive. And one thing that often comforted me was to create in some form or shape. So I might pick up some clay and make some little clay figures, or I would paint, so something abstract or something figurative. For a while, I attended a workshop. She called it Painting Life-Size Self-Portraits. So how this went was we were lying or standing in front of a large piece of paper and somebody drew an outline around our bodies. And then she invited us simply to create a self-portrait of that. So it could be that we filled this outline with color and forms, shapes and words, or we ignored the outline and created, a fantastic fable creature, an archetype, or some drew themselves realistically. And I was amazed what came out there, because a lot of the images mirrored back to me just how I was feeling. Maybe it showed a disconnection. My head was way in the air, disconnected from the body, or the colors were really mute. But there were also images that really showed, I don't know to say, an inner fire, a sexy, creative, alive self that I actually couldn't feel. But there it was. So unconsciously, I was shown something that was very much part of me. And subsequently, I went on to study art therapy and worked for many years as an art therapist, and had the really big privilege to experience the healing power of creativity. And again, there I noticed, that often, yes, the images showed what people were most in touch with at the moment, some pain or some trauma. And there were also times when the images showed this part that had been so hidden and pushed away, the core life force, erotic and sexual energy. So over the past few years, I got more and more interested in the somatic, everything that had to do with the body, with coming more deeply into the body, with connecting with the body. And so that was a long, long journey for myself, including yoga and dance. And then over the past several years, a journey into conscious sexuality and reconnecting more deeply with my sexuality. And so, yes, so creating from the body explores that relationship between creating and getting in touch more deeply with our bodies, ourselves, our erotic selves. When I created these images all these years ago, a friend of mine said to me, look, now you just have to become what you are painting there. That stuck with me forever. So there was a gap between what my psyche knew was there and was hidden, but what I couldn't access readily. And the invitation was to become that. And so I feel this whole journey over the past few years was about really connecting with that and becoming those images. And this is something we will explore in the workshop.
Yeah, beautiful. So how does the day look like when we come to you? What we're going to do?
So there will be all sorts of exercises, from exercises that connect us more deeply with our bodies, So moving, simple breath work exercises, listening deeply through body meditations. And from what we're finding there, we're going into the creating. So it could be we're working with clay, which is a really sensual material to connect with our sensuality, with touch. It could be we will be working life size with something like the self-portraits I mentioned. It could be we make a mask. I worked for years with masks, which are really potent tools to connect with different identities. So we might make a mask of our erotic selves. We might make a collage to affirm what we're wanting in our erotic lives. But it will be a going back and forth between creating and connecting with ourselves and our bodies.
I see, and it's always about, or the aspect of the erotic as the life force is an important part of this body.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everything is welcome that emerges, but this is the red thread, is seeing eroticism, sexuality as our life force. Like creativity is our life force.
Yeah.
Tap into that. So this day will give different entry points, yeah, for us to access our creative energy and our erotic energy, and new ways, maybe ways people haven't explored in the past. There will be no pressure around any product, so you're invited to really let that go. And we will have fun with this, you know, even to just explore different art materials in this space can be a lot of fun, and connecting that, you know, with our bodies. And so there will be working on our own, there will be exchange in pairs and in group. It's a really safe and fun space we're going to create.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, so hope people join us on this day.
Yes, when is it going to be, and how do people get in touch with you?
It's going to be on Sunday, the 10th of December, and we'll be in London, in South London, the beautiful venue called the Synchronicity Centre. And I'll be obviously co-facilitating with you, lovely Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find all the information on my website, which is backtosex.com.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you for telling us about your workshop, and I'm very much looking forward to co-creating and facilitating with you and assisting you in that awesome process. And as a participant of your workshop, I can tell all the people who are watching this video that it's a really fun and exciting way to deep dive in, and bring something out, find some kind of vessel of energy one has inside themselves without even knowing that it's there. So it's really fun. I'm very much looking forward to that.
Thank you, Sarah. And so do I. I really look forward to co-creating that with you, inviting people. Okay.
Good.